Hi everyone, my name is Joram. Then I'm the one who is doing the Waterloo Math Contest. So this will be my second time that we'll be teaching this course. So currently right now we are running a Waterloo Math Contest, which is under a Gauss. So Waterloo Math Contest, it has a different categories. So before I will tell you what are these categories, let's try to think what is really Waterloo Math Contest and what is this kind of math which is a little bit different to the others. Okay, so Waterloo Math Contest, it's very good for students for an opportunity for them to have fun and develop mathematical problem solving ability. So in your school or wherever you learn mathematics, here in a Waterloo Math Contest, we'll be teaching you how to solve problem solving or the art of problem solving. Meaning all the theories that you know from the time that you learn, we will put that one into sentences and then try to figure out what should be the answers. So Waterloo Math Contest is also good for you once you are planning or once you'll be applying further in your studies when you are already go through university or like going to college for Waterloo. Because once you'll be having a Waterloo Math certificate or Math Waterloo, if you join the Olympiad for Waterloo, you have a very good opportunity that you will be admitted to the school. Okay, what are the categories that you might apply or might join for a Waterloo Math Contest? Okay, if you are a grade 7 to 8, okay, you are qualified to join a Gauss contest, or it is the category where you can join if you are grade 7 to 8. Then there is what we call Pascal for grade 9. We have Cayley for grade 10. We have Fermat for grade 11. So what is inside of a Gauss, or what are the topics that you need to learn, or what we teach the students in a Gauss section or in a Gauss contest? So we'll be having first is comparing numbers, meaning how we will able to compare numbers. It's not does not really requires a lot of solutions, but it will just only identify as much as possible quicker way. Okay, we have operations, that is your PEMDAS, meaning the order of operations. So if you're given a one problem of a very long problem, how will you deal with it in a small time? Okay, next we have your ratio, rates, and your proportion, which is very useful. Even if you will go further with your mathematics or higher mathematics, this is very useful because we're able to describe how we compare also at the same time one compared to another. Next, you have your polygons. So when we said polygons, this involves with your perimeter, this involves your area, this involves your surface area. So everything that we need to learn about polygons, it could be a square, rectangle, a circle, and anything, or even those irregular polygons. Next, we'll be learning, or you'll know how to solve algebra through patterns, meaning if you'll be want to find a specific answer for a solution, we can able to turn it into algebra, meaning let x will be a known variable. So algebra, it's dealings about relationship between x and your y, and also the number itself. Okay, we have also Pythagorean theorem. You'll be tested using a Pythagorean theorem, and most likely your Pythagorean theorem, it will goes with your polygons. So when we said polygons, so meaning we need to find the side length of every polygon, but before we can find the side length, then we need to use your Pythagorean theorem. And then the good thing here is that in Waterloo Math Contest, you'll also be dealing with data collection, graphs, and data analysis. So this is you're presented by different graphs, and then you need to analyze, and then you need to predict what will be the outcome. And lastly, we'll be having a probability. So probability meaning it is the mathematic for chances. So what is the chance that you will finish, or what is the chance that you will finish the test, or what is your chance that you will be qualified for the final round for Gauss? Okay, so let's have a quick view on what you will be expecting or what you will be solving in Gauss. Okay, if you know the answer, please let me know, and then I'll be giving you a 2 minutes time for you to read the problem at the same time to solve the problem. Everyone's ready? Do you have a pen and paper with you? All good? Okay. So a box contains 15 red, 20 blue, and 16 green jelly beans. Jax first chews a green jelly bean and eats it. then he chooses a blue jelly bean and eats it. If each of the remaining jelly beans is equally likely to be chosen, what is the probability that Jack chooses a red jelly bean next? A, 15 over 31, B, 34 over 49, C, 15 over 49, D, 2 over 7, or E, 1 over 15. All right, we have here JB. JB's answer is 15 out of 49. JB, can you explain to us how did you get 15 out of 49?
Yes. There are 16 green jelly beans, 20 blue, and 15 red. If Jack eats one of the 16 green ones, then it would be 15. If he eats one of the blue ones, then it would be 19 for blue. And he didn't eat any red one yet, so it's still 15. And the total adds up to 49. And we need to find out the probability that Jack will eat a red one next. And it would be 15 out of 49 because red is the um, type of jelly bean that he will eat, and 49 is the total out of amount of jelly beans that he's going to eat from.
All right, very good. Or simply as we will know, like, okay, this is one of those questions that you might encounter. Okay, this is one of those questions that you might encounter. Okay, so we know that this is probability. So what is a probability? Probability is that the probability is equivalent to the number of events over the total outcomes. So as according to JB, since there are like 15 plus 20 plus 16, which is equivalent to 51, so take out the 2, which is you already that Jack already eats, then you'll be having a 49. But since there are still 15 red jelly bean inside of the box, then therefore the probability is 15 over 9. Any question? All good? Okay, let's have another one. N is a positive integer of notation. N factorial is used for the is used to represent the product of the integer from 1 to n inclusive. For example, if you'll be having a 5 factorial, that is 1 times 2 times 3 times 4 times 5 is equal to 120. So which of the following is a perfect square? A, B, C, D, or E? Solve. Anyone? What's your answer?
E.
E. Okay, how did you get E, Alan?
Because 20 factorial times 19 factorial over 5 is equal to 20 times 19 factorial squared, which is equal
Okay.
to 19 factorial squared times 4 is a square, and so is 19 factorial.
All right, very good. So you'll be having 20 over 19, 20 factorial of times 19 factorial over 5. So according to Alan, that is, okay, so that is 20 times 19 factorial, okay? Then multiplied by another 19 factorial over 5. So therefore, we can now have 20 times, or I can now have a, or simply as I can have 20 times 19 factorial to the power of 2 over 5. We know that 19 factorial to the power of 2 is a perfect square already. And then we have 4 times 19 factorial raised to the power of 2. So therefore, 4 and 19 factorial to raise the power of 2 is a perfect square. Question? Okay, next. Okay, the diagram shows a magic square in which the sums of the numbers in any row, column, or diagonal are equal. What is the value of your n? So A is 3, B is 6, C is 7, D is 10, and you have your E is 11. All right. So let's have Akshita. Akshita's answer is letter E. So Akshita, can you explain to us how did you get letter E?
Yeah, so 8 plus 9 plus 4 is 21, and then 9 plus 5 is 14. So 21 minus 14 gives me 7, so the middle number would be 7. And then 8 plus 7 equals 15, and then 15 minus 21 equals 6. So the corner would be 6. 4 plus 6 equals 10, and then 10 minus 21 would equal 11. So the answer would be 11.
Okay, sounds good. Any question? I guess all of you got it right. Okay, so definitely these are the possible questions, or these are just only those few questions that you might encounter. And this is what we call like your Gauss or the Waterloo math contest. It is divided into 3 parts. That is part A, part B, part C. So part A is which is like the easy level. Part B is which is your average level. And then you'll be having also be encountering part C, which is also a what we call like a little bit of a difficult but manageable for you to solve. Any question? So if you think that you can be qualified or you are in this level, then you can register with us for your Gauss. Okay, next, let's have your Pascal and Cayley and your Fermat. So Pascal, Cayley, and Fermat, this is for 9, 10, and 11. So Pascal, Cayley, and Fermat, they have just the same topics because they are just in the same group. So what are the topics that you might encounter, or the topics that we will teach you in Pascal, Cayley, and Fermat? So the topics would be, we have number sense and algebraic expression. So here is that we have a very strong calculation in terms of algebra that is dealing in X and Y. And then we have a linear relations and analytic geometry. So this is now like combinations of different polygons to make it a geometry. For example, if there is a circle inscribed in a triangle or inside of a square, then what is the area of this kind of portion? And then we have also linear relations. We have measurement, geometry, and trigonometry. So I'm not really sure of what grade are you in right now, but trigonometry, this is now dealing with your sine, your cosine, your tangent. So those kinds of or those numbers that you can find were what we call your unit circle. Okay, we have also quadratic relations. So quadratic relations, this is now like a parabola, meaning a curve going up and a curve going down. So this is now the time that we'll be asking you, what is the maximum height? What will be the y if x is like this? Okay, we have also functions. So not all equations are functions because some of them are relations. So we have also functions, and then sequence and series and financial literacy. This is now predicting what will be the 100 or 1,200 term or number in a following series or sequences. And then we have also your exponential and trigonometric functions. So exponential function is using the Euler, which is your e. If you notice some of the mathematical books, there are now like e just only used as a number. And then we have a trigonometric functions, which is now using your sine, cosine, tangent as a part of a application. Okay, let's have your question. Okay, Janet has 10 coins consisting of nickels, dime, and quarters. 7 of the coins are either dimes or quarters, and 8 of the coins are either dimes or nickels. How many dimes does Janet have? Okay, try to solve. A is 2, B is 3, C is 4, D is 5, or E is 6. All right, so Alan, your answer is letter D is equal to 5. Can you explain it to us?
Okay, so 7 plus 8 equals 15, and 15 minus 10 equals 5. And so there are 5 overlapping in both of the groups. And so the only overlapping coin in both groups is dime. So there are 5 dimes.
All right, so what do you mean by overlapping, Alan?
The total amount. the overlapping in both groups, like
Ah,
for
mhm.
7 times or quarters and 8 times.
Okay, so the answer is really 5. Okay, by the way, is that for this kind of question is we can teach you that we can solve this one, or a mathematical proof that it's really 5 is using a algebraic expression. We can denote, okay, we can denote that N is for nickel plus the dime plus the quarter that is equal to 10. It's also stated that the dime plus a quarter is equal to 7. So, and then nickel plus your dime is equal to your 8. So this is like equation 1, equation 2, and equation 3. Looking at your equation 2, we can replace it into your equation 1. So it could be n plus 7 is equal to 10. So n is equal to 3. And then n will be replaced to your equation 3. So that is like 3 plus d is equal to 8. So d is equal to 5. So definitely D is really the answer. Any question? All good? Okay, let's have another one. Okay, last. So the triangle ABC is a right angle with AB is equal to 10 and AC is equal to 8. If BC is equal to 3DC, then AD equals to what? 9, square root of 65, square root of 80, square root of 73, or is it square root of 68? If you know the answer, kindly put it in the chat box so that I can recognize you. Okay, so we have Alan at the same time. Okay, Alan, can you explain to us how do you get letter E?
So we can use the Pythagorean theorem for BA and CA to find that BC is equal to 6. And if BC is 3 times DC, then DC is equal to 2. And if we use the Pythagorean theorem again, then we get BA equals 6.
Okay. Yep, you're right, Alan, that we'll be using a Pythagorean. So Pythagorean theorem, it is in a manner of like C squared is equal to your A squared plus your B squared. So we're in that if it is a triangle, this is your A, this is your B, and then this is your C. So from the given itself, we have C is equal to 10, then you'll be having a B is equal to 8, and then we can get your BC is equivalent into 6. So that is 10 squared, that is 100 minus 64, then 64, that is 36, then 36, the square root of 36 is 6. And then since your DC is equal to 3 DC, so therefore your DC now is equal to 2. So we need to find what is your AD. So your AD is equivalent to your C squared is equal to your 2 squared plus 8 squared. So you'll be having 4 plus 64. So you can have 68. So since this is C squared, to get your C just only, so we'll be doing a square root of 68. So therefore, the answer is 68. Any question, guys, in terms of your Cayley, Pascals, and Fermat? All good? So if you think that you want to learn more about the art of problem solving, then you can register with CSB. So we don't have so much time for your question 6. So this one is already like a questions for for Cayley and Pascal. So there are still a lot of questions that you might be encountering and that you can have fun and learning mathematics in dealing with problem solving. Question? All right, if none, Jaden?